The last feature of the learning maps we're going to discuss are the modules. After the unit organizer are the modules of instruction. Each module contains the module number and title, as well as the length of time intended for each module. The instructional alignment chart includes your grade level standard, along with a standard for the grade before and after, so you have an idea of what students should already know, what they will need to know for this grade, and where students are heading in the future. The learning targets identify the incremental steps students take as they progress in acquiring specific skills and understandings related to the focus standard. The learning targets directly align to the core learning progressions from Renaissance, the company who created the STAR assessment that we use for progress monitoring. Next to each learning target, you will also see the associated reading skills. Your instruction and tasks should relate directly to the learning target. The success criteria and instructional goals are aligned to the learning targets to help you plan effective instruction. The success criteria define what students should be able to do as a direct result of teacher instruction. The instructional goals define what teachers need to do in order to meet the demands of the specified learning target. Each module also contains research-based literacy strategies that align to the focus standard. You'll find a brief explanation of each strategy, and if you click on the name of the strategy, you'll be able to access a reproducible graphic organizer. You do not have to use every single strategy simply because it is listed on the map. We are using these strategies to develop a consistent approach to using strategies that align to the standards. The embedded performance task checkpoints are just below the literacy strategies. These checkpoints build as the unit progresses and therefore should be completed throughout the unit, not just at the end of a module or at the end of the entire unit. The task checkpoints will be covered more in depth in the performance task webinars for Contact Day. Each module also contains resources related to the course. In reading, you will find a list of Achieve 3000 articles, and in English, you will find text from your Pearson textbook. You do not have to use all the resources listed. Below the resources section, you will find suggestions for both intervention and enrichment. This is not a comprehensive list and is merely a starting point. Reteach and Enrich should be built into your instruction as often as needed. Because students will have different needs, Reteach and Enrich is going to look different from room to room as well as from one class period to the next. There is no need to use every intervention strategy with a student just because they are not meeting the standard. You will need to analyze the student's work and their data to determine an appropriate instructional starting point for either intervention or enrichment. Using your formative assessment data along with other data sources such as STAR, you will determine where students need additional intervention and where students need enrichment. The needs will vary by student, so small group instruction is key. A student may need intervention in one standard but enrichment in another, or vice versa. Please keep in mind that intervention requires reteaching using different methodologies. Allowing a student to redo an assignment for a better grade is not an intervention strategy, just as assigning more work or harder work is not an enrichment strategy. The maps are living working documents that are updated regularly. Please check Moodle for important updates and announcements. The Secondary Literacy Moodle site has a variety of resources to assist you throughout the year. Resources are also added throughout the year to provide you with the most current and accurate information. Be sure to visit the page often.